Hello Virgo, this is your love reading from September 21st to September 28th, 2020. We're going to look at how you're feeling this week in the love department. But before we do that, I'm just going to shuffle. Let's do 2 more times here. Okay, that one was weird. But let's do one more little shuffly. There we go. Alright, Virgo, let's see what we get here. Very first card is the 8 of Cups, and you can see a Pisces symbol in the background there. And you can see the person's an octopus under here. This represents a lot of subconscious energy, and this represents leaving what we already have behind, maybe focusing on finding something better. So there could be a Pisces in your life and somewhere that we're looking to help make the situation better in the love department. So I feel like there's a sense of just turning our back on something though. So to me, when I see the 8 of Cups, it can be a card of renewal, emotional renewal, but it could also be a card of like trying to stuff down emotions that we feel like we shouldn't express. And I feel like all emotions should be expressed. That's kind of the point. They're meant to be emoted. Emotions, energy and motion. Express those little guys. Okay, go do it. But I feel like if it's not being expressed, there could be a sense of kind of blind optimism moving forward. And that means that there's things there that we should be concerned about, but we've clouded our vision with that blind optimism of everything's fine, things are good. And it's like, you know what? Sometimes things aren't good. Sometimes things aren't fine. That's okay. Doesn't mean you're a bad person or you're wrong or anything. It just means that you're a person. I mean, it's as simple as that. Okay, so let's look at this next card here. So we get the 7 of Swords in reverse next to the 8 of Cups. So I feel like we're giving ourselves emotionally into a situation that is blinding us to something else. So what this means to me is I could view working to avoid. I could view this as working to avoid intimacy, or I could view this as looking way too much into the future to focus on something. Feeling like there's a sense of incompletion. Being a workaholic was the first thing that came to mind. Just someone who works, doesn't allow themselves to express, doesn't allow themselves time to relax, because relaxing means I'm not working, and if I'm not working, I'm not valuable. That's kind of the energy I feel. Like, generally it comes from that sort of place where I'm shoving down emotions because I'm focusing on bringing these projects into the light, and I can't ever stop. And I feel like this is a person, which is Virgo, right? I feel like if you guys were to possibly get hurt in some serious way, that you would be very, very, very restless sitting in the hospital bed, more so than other signs. Like, some people would take it easy. I feel like for you it would be hard to do that because you're always in that go, go, go kind of place. So let's look at these other cards here and see what we get. See, now that's good. That's really good. This energy is going to lead you to the Lover's card, which could possibly be a Gemini as well. When I see this, with what we've been talking about, that workaholic energy and then the love energy coming in, I feel like you're going to have love energy coming in while you're going through probably a pretty heavy work week, or a pretty heavy, like something's happening in your mind, like mentally you're operating at 100%. And I feel like love is going to present itself in a very particular way. Something that you weren't expecting, you're blindsided by something, maybe someone coming back into your life, maybe a second chance at something like that. I get a feeling that this love card here, the way this comes in, I feel like it could be a past relationship because it just sort of popped up. And it was a more serious, like we're talking about love, of course, but I feel like this person already knows how you operate. So I feel like them coming back is going to be very maybe it's a very welcome addition. Maybe you've been waiting for this person to come back. But even so, even when they come back, I feel like we're still looking at a full work week. We're still looking at a full workload of something, right? And maybe some of you work for a nonprofit, or maybe some of you work for a charity, and that's what this could be. But selfless work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, kind of a thing. That's what I'm seeing here. So let's look and see what else we got. So this will be your energy, and this is a good card. Like if I see this, I'll cross this card just to look. But okay, so we have the Lover's card. Then we have, bam, we have the Hermit card right there. Okay, so the Lover's card is going to come to you while you're searching for something, but I don't feel like it's a small search. And when I said you're working to try to get away from something, as soon as we start looking within ourselves, that's when this love energy is going to really present itself. We're still going to be busy, we're still going to be focusing on other things, but I feel like because we're looking inward, we're starting to see what love is. We're starting to see what that could possibly look like. And this could just be learning a lot of new information. I say it to or I said it in one of my other videos this week. If you're truly, wanting to change, there's ways you can change. If you want to focus on building up a skill, doing anything, the internet is out there. There's literally no excuse anymore. If someone wants to change, they will change. If someone wants to get better, they will look at how to get better, how to understand things better, how to focus on just becoming a master, a self-emotion master, right? Which is something we all need to strive towards. So that's what I'm seeing here. So that's a good card. That's really good. And also, this card is Virgo. So when you guys are acting like your true selves, okay, the Hermit attracts the Lovers. Okay, and like I said, that could possibly be a Gemini that we're looking at as well. So let's keep that in mind. Moving forward here, let's look at what we have. So this is 3 weeks to 2 months into the future. What's the energy going to be like for Virgo? We get the Page of Swords. So we're going to be feeling like we're in a new place, a new situation. When I see the Page of Swords, this is a very inexperienced person. You'll see if you look here, the page, it's a very young person, right, which denotes inexperience. But we also have that there's these little swords here. So this person hasn't been given the opportunity, or they haven't been shown the ropes enough to carry a sword themselves. Instead, they have these pillows, and these are ceremonial swords. They're not going to use these for anything other than a ceremony. Like in an actual fight, if they had these two swords, they're not going to be able to do too much, So we're looking at learning new things mentally, going inward, like I was talking about. So these two cards definitely go hand in hand. We're going inward, okay? We're going inward as the Virgo, and we're coming out as someone who is starting to master their own mental world, at least to some degree. The Page of Swords isn't a master card by any means, but it's like the start of the journey, right? It's like the Fool card for the Sword Court cards, if you want to look at it that way. It's just sort of starting out. Well, it's not quite the Fool card, but it's just sort of starting out on that journey. So let's see what else we have here. Two of Wands, okay? And that's underneath the Seven of Swords in reverse. And when I see this right here, I'm looking at working on developing our own mental space so that we can make a very important decision that could be coming up. I see there's two paths here, and there could be more than two options, but the two paths here are like there's two boxes, there's one key. Which path do you go down? Which do you choose, right? Or do you find out that the key is the only treasure you need? The ability to make choices in itself is a very powerful thing, right? So the choice that we could make could be no choice at all. I've said it in a lot of the videos, and a lot of times choice stagnation, which is like you can go left, you can go right, or you can stand still. A lot of people think you just have to go left or right. They don't realize that you can stand still. Or you could go backwards, which I don't want to do because you've already been there, you've seen that. But there's a few other different options there. And so if we just stand still and we focus on what it is we want, which is what the Hermit is all about, which is what the Page of Swords is focusing on. We're mastering a mental way of being. We're mastering something. So I feel like focusing on that self-mastery, again, that's very important. And when it comes to love as well, you're looking at finding love once the inner journey has started. Not before, and not when it's over, but while it's ongoing. And a lot of us think that we're going to find the perfect partner that just understands us and it'll be perfect. No, we generally find the person we need in our lives sometimes at very inconvenient times. I mean, sometimes it just hits you in left field and you're just, awestruck at it. It's just how fate seems to work sometimes. So, don't think you have to be perfect in order for a relationship to ever happen, because I'll let you in on a secret. You'll never get there. Perfection does not exist. However, humanity and letting ourselves just breathe, that exists. Letting ourselves just be human, that exists. So, let's look at this next card here. So, our very last card here, this is the Devil in reverse. And this is allowing ourselves to be free of addiction and allowing ourselves to really go within, because we have these three cards, the only major arcana, and they're right next to each other. It's the Lovers, the Hermit, and the Devil in reverse. Okay? These three cards right here are Gemini, Virgo, Capricorn. So, the Lovers with the Hermit. Sorry, let me do it that way. Lovers with the Hermit. We're looking at going within, starting that inner journey of self-understanding. And then the Devil in reverse is freeing ourselves from things that no longer serve us. So these are addictions. So getting rid of, maybe porn or alcohol or being on the computer all the time or video games, whatever it happens to be, like lessening that or getting rid of it and focusing on building ourselves up in a way where we can be more productive. I know I said that you're very work-oriented and you need to sort of slow down. With this, though, we're looking at taking away the vices in our life that allow us to not express ourselves. If we're very busy, if we're very busy with work, and then we come home and we have a vice, and then it allows us to never experience emotion and to never feel our feelings, and then we're constantly running. So what we need to focus on is bringing ourselves to we need to know why we're doing the things we're doing. Why are we addicted to this? What does this do for us? And we need to understand that it's not healthy to have these addictions anymore, and that now that we're aware of it, now that we know better, we can do better. Okay? So with that being said, Virgo, that is your reading. I hope you guys had an awesome week this week, or I hope you guys have an awesome week this week. I'm recording it a little earlier, but I hope you have an awesome week this week, and I love you guys, and please subscribe if you're not subscribed already. It would help out the channel a ton. Like the video if you resonated with it, and if you're looking for a more personal reading where we can really go in depth, and I do video readings too. My rates are very reasonable. If that's what you're into, you can go to my website, angeluschiron.com. The link will be down in the description below as well. And with that being said, you guys, that is me signing off. Take care, Virgo. Love you. See you next week.